Okay, so welcome to Spot on Nerd. I guess we're gonna do this as we'll do this as a trial. Not sure if we'll make this the first episode, but I have actually just had the opportunity to watch the latest X-Men Apocalypse movie, and I'm realizing I'm not looking into the camera. Anyway, I had to do a review on it. It is phenomenal. Just a heads up. There's gonna be likely some spoilers, so if you don't want to know what happens in the film, you've been warned right now. Turn away, don't watch, don't listen. I'm gonna try to be as spoiler-free as possible, but clearly I'm gonna spoil some stuff. So again, if you don't want to see or don't want to know, turn away. First and foremost, if you've read any of those bad reviews about this film, they're all a lie. Some of the bad reviews were Apocalypse looks like Ivan Ooze from the Power Rangers in the early 90s. Totally false. The special effects were terrible. False. The storyline, they say, Magneto we've already played out his story. It's like false. If anything, this movie should have been called X-Men Begins. It should not have been called Apocalypse, because this truly is probably the greatest movie as far as the X-Men series goes that definitively gives us the characters we already know. It builds on the story of Cyclops, Jean, Storm, Quicksilver, so on and so forth. This movie literally takes those characters and tells you how they became who they are, who we all know them to be. And it's also a perfect representation of the early 90s cartoon. Again, it sets up beautifully, spoiler, the Dark Phoenix, when Jean Grey goes batshit crazy. Clearly we're going to probably see that in the next film or a future film. But it only touches on it, which is beautiful because you've obviously got the movie devoted around Apocalypse. Hey, let's set up future movies, so on and so forth. As far as the bad, again, there's really not a lot of bad in this film. Kind of going back on my words, some of the CGI is a little much. It's not bad, but it's just a little kind of, you probably could have spent a little bit more time on that scene or so on and so forth. Really, the only other bad thing I can say is Magneto doesn't really kind of show his power. Being one of the Four Horsemen, you kind of expect Magneto to be a badass, but really he's kind of there. He's just there. But just phenomenal film. I'm probably gonna come back to this multiple times. Hey, maybe do like a review of X-Men Apocalypse Part 2 or something like that. But some of the scenes that really stick out as well, for those wondering, the Quicksilver scene, holy shit. Touche, whoever thought about the scene and whoever planned it out and who filmed it, blah 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 blah, you outdid yourself from Days of Future Past. Seriously. I won't go into it, it's too many details, but totally better than the first trial. And then, of course, spoiler again, we do get introduced to Weapon X. Of course, Hugh Jackman is gonna have a cameo in an X-Men film. And what a way to introduce not only Weapon X, but of course, the character we all know and love, Wolverine, then through this movie. Again, it only touches on it. I love this movie because it only touches on stories that we already know about that are setting up for future movies. It's beautiful. So yeah, clearly we get a scene with Hugh Jackman, who is straight up just kicking ass, just going to town on mothers. I won't spoil too much, but clearly it's about a 5-10 minute scene that is phenomenal. Highly recommend. Check this film out. Do not give in to all the negative reviews. If you've read those reviews, there's a little truth to some of it. Like I was mentioning, the CGI could use a little work, but the story is perfect. It is spot on. Does it compare? Does it do a better job than Days of Future Past? It's tough because they're two totally different stories. I think it's great that they're continuing on from Days of Future Past. Is it up to the level? I think it's on par. If you were to put these movies side by side, I think they are pretty much identical in terms of character development, storyline, overall production. It's just, they're great films. And I love that Marvel is taking the X-Men series far better than what we saw with Fox or Sony, because those movies are shit. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up here. Go check this film out. I will likely be checking this film out many times, and hopefully it's not too spoilery, but again, you've been warned. I warned you in the beginning. Stay tuned for more episodes of Spot of Nerd. Don't forget to follow us, Facebook, YouTube, YouTube as well. So follow us online, give me your comments, let me know what you think. Be respectful. If you get disrespectful, we already pretty much know what's gonna happen there, but that's what this is all about. Let's talk about it. Give me your opinions, give me your suggestions, even for the video. Let me know what I can change, what I can do, because I'm very beginnery. So yeah, check this movie out. It kicks major ass. You will not be disappointed. Spot a nerd. Or bye or something.